What's happening, guys and gals? A couple of weeks ago, did a video where I touched on the house of Zara and the 4 fragrances that I own by them. I thought I'd do that again, just touch on the company as a whole, but this time, that doesn't make sense, but this time, we're going to be talking about Dois fragrances. I do remember though that there was a thing where, like, I was always calling it Dua fragrances because that's what it looks like. It looks like D-U-A. But I'm sure there was a video with Massam Raza, who's the creative director behind Dua Fragrances, and he was speaking of Mr. Smelly, 1977. If you see my older video, you know why I put so much accentuation on the 1977 part. Yeah, and he was talking to him, and I'm sure he mentioned that it's pronounced Dois, like it would be like D-W-A, like Dois. But yeah, if you know what it means, leave in the comments below. Yeah, a lot of you guys are going to know what Dua Fragrances are all about. As to my knowledge, mainly they're a clone house. They look to clone fragrances that are normally much higher in price, or they're harder to get hold of and things like that. But I do know that they make their own fragrances as well. For instance, the one that I've got here, one of the first ones that I bought, Caribbean Mojito, I'm sure isn't what they call an inspired expression of another fragrance. This is just their own fragrance. But like Casino Royale is, you know, it's supposed to be going for Baccarat Rouge, and Pop Cherry, the latest one that I bought, is going for Lost Cherry by Tom Ford. So let's go right back to the beginning. The first one I bought, Caribbean Mojito. So I bought this fragrance purely for the fact that in regards to the notes, in regards to what it was called, this sounds like exactly what I wanted from a fragrance. I have done a review on this one, but it's been a while. You know, opinions do change. So the first thing, you know, again, just talking about the house, we got to talk about the bottles. We got to talk about the caps, the sprayers. Let's call it Spraygate, or Sprite for short. Sprite. We're going to call it Sprite. This is one of the older ones. I don't think this is the oldest type of bottle / cap. It's not amazing, but then they're not super expensive, so you can't really be annoyed. There's nothing wrong with the glass, you know, it's just a simple 30mm size. They all come in 30mm. But the top is just plastic, it's basic. And I think some of the juice, I don't know if you can see it, but some of the juice kind of leaks out and then it gets on the cap a little bit. Yeah. But that's a small thing. Where the issue does come a little bit with Sprite is in the sprayer itself. I personally have never had such a bad problem that it doesn't work, but I am aware, looking on Facebook, looking on YouTube, that people do have these issues, especially with the older bottles, where it just doesn't spray. I'll see if it goes first time. Yeah, it was fine. I don't know if you could see that there, but it squirts quite a bit as opposed to spray. There's a little bit of like a squirt action at the end. But yeah, in regards to the scent, right. Only in the first, so I think in my previous video I couldn't really sing the praises highly enough of this fragrance, and like I said, opinions change. I'll say it right off the bat, right, just to thingy this video. I really like Massam Raza and I like Dua fragrances, so please don't feel any hate towards it. I'm just honest opinions at this point, you know. I don't love this fragrance as much as I used to, but then, you know, I didn't own that many fragrances before this so this was something new to me. I'd never smelled anything like it. But as time's gone on, I don't find this as refreshing as I would like it to be. I think it smells more creamy than I would like. A mojito, I would assume, is just lime, mint, blast of refreshment. And I get that more with like Cedrat Enivrant by Atelier Cologne. That's just a blast of freshness, but I think as this dries down, it gets more creamy. It kind of smells like you would imagine like a body wash to smell. It's got like a tropical vibe going on. I like it, I just don't love it as much as I used to. But like I said, the main, you know, with that, the cap spraying a little bit, but it gets the job done, so I had no issues. But I don't love it as much as I used to. I don't find it as, you know, what's the word? Invigorating and as, you know, refreshing as I used to, but it's still okay. The next one I'm going to talk about is going to be Casino Royale, which I got for Christmas, I think. So the bottle is exactly the same. The cap is slightly different. It looks a bit better than the previous cap, but it is still a plastic cap. Not much going on, but no issues with the cap. Let's try the sprayer. I haven't worn it in a while, so I can't. It's a little bit stiff. It's a little bit stiff to push down, but again, you just saw it got the job done. Okay, I really like this fragrance. Like I said, this is trying to go for Baccarat Rouge by Maison, oh my eyes, Maison Francis Kurkdjian. Yeah, I haven't smelled Baccarat Rouge in a long time, so I've got very little to compare it to. But I will say that I know that this performs a lot better than Baccarat Rouge did on my skin. It's extremely sweet. It lasts forever and a day. If you don't like sweet fragrances, stay away. I've had, this one for me is quite mixed reviews. I've had some people say it's one of the sexiest, best smells they've ever smelled. And then other people say, oh, I take it away. So again, you know, middle of the road. I do like it. I'm a fan of this one. You know, it's only 30 mil and I've probably used less than 10 mil of it. It just sticks around forever. Very strong stuff. In fact, maybe that's an example of how strong it is. I don't know. But yeah, Casino Royale. I really want to try Casino Royale Nights. I'm not too sure. I believe Casino Royale Nights is going for Baccarat Rouge Extrait de Parfum, which is this just goes for the Eau de Parfum. But I do like this one. I like this one more than Caribbean Mojito. And then the last fragrance to talk about is Popped Cherry, which is a clone of Lost Cherry by Tom Ford. And this comes in the brand spanking new. Everything's golden. Packaging, okay? Struggled with the word then. I got everything out bar packaging. The cap, struggled to get off, but it's simple, does the job, whatnot. The glass bottle has changed. It's more elongated, but it's still 30 mil. But as far as I'm concerned, the sprayer is just much better on these. We don't have that sprite situation. Oosh, oosh. You could fly a plane off that spray. That went for miles. This is beautiful. This is really nice. I bought this actually for my girlfriend, but I would wear this. It's not that feminine. I haven't smelled Lost Cherry too much, but the one time that I did, I will say that I feel Lost Cherry was more fruity and more tart for a cherry note, whereas I think this one's a bit more warming, perhaps a little bit spicier. It definitely lasts longer. Definitely lasts longer. This does. Really nice. If you don't like cherry, stay away. It smells like cherry. But also has like a marzipan, like an almond kind of lightness going on. Not as much as Guerlain, L'Homme, Ideal, EDP, whatever it's called. You know the one I'm on about. I'll leave a note somewhere. Not as marzipan-y, almondy as that, but it's there a touch. I really like this one. This depends on the situation, I suppose, but this is probably as good as Casino Royale for me from the House of Dua. But the main thing I would say going forward is Massam Raza, super glad that you've changed to these balls. They are much, much better. Yeah, guys, let me know. If you tried any of Dua's fragrances, did you experience any sprite problems? Also, has anyone tried Casino Royale Nights? I'm super curious. Does it smell similar to Casino Royale? Is it a totally new fragrance? Let me know. Let me know.